On into the live stream. Show me the light to me. When you get the opportunity, you can share the live stream out on your platform and maybe even give it a thumbs up. Yo, Zach, what's going on, buddy? Thank you for coming in. Mr. Zach Attack in the Xbox in the house, representing. I appreciate you coming in, brother. Don't feel obligated to stay long. I know you got better things to do being an Xbox man. I'm a fan of Xbox myself. I just haven't played one in a long time. I'm good. Thank you so much, Zach. I hope you're having a great evening. We are looking at the city of Albuquerque. Yeah, it's obviously much cooler in person, but you know, I just like to be able to share what I can. Some days I see a horny toad, some days I see a scorpion, you know, or I see a gopher snake or something like that. Mac Movement, what's going on, Mr. Mac Attack? Thank you for coming in to the live stream, Mac. Just hanging out here with Mr. Zach Xbox. And I appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out. Don't feel obligated to stay long. My streams are just meant for you to connect with other people and grow your platforms and maybe give you something beautiful to look at in the process. And if you want to stay and hang out, that's awesome too. Just have a really good view of the moon tonight. It's always nice to be able to sit out here in the desert and look out over the city of Albuquerque and see the moon at the same time. A couple of mountains there in the background here in Sandia Desert. Yep, just relaxing and clear 58. That sounds amazing. My favorite color is green. I like different shades of green. See if we can zoom in on that moon up there. Yeah, black and white is a cool color. That was like for the longest time growing up, man. That was like the fucking. Those were the colors I painted my airplanes. You know, like black and white. But I like to think about colors like everything has its color. You know, like I don't like the same color for my vehicle as I do for my house. You know. Mac Movement. I appreciate you coming in, man. Yeah, I am not. Japan is my favorite country, and I've never been to Japan, but I like to practice handwriting the kanji system and the Chinese kanji and all that katakana and hiragana, I think is what they are. But whenever I don't really have a proper thing to look at and practice, just I like to just practice when I journal. I do a lot of journaling, and I just practice on writing really really neat, really slow, taking just it's just a kind of relaxing thing I like to do. No, I just know that some of the system that the Japanese use is also part of the system that the Chinese use. So like the sign for rain is actually like a little square with with a cross in the middle, right? And then it's got like in each little box, there's four boxes, has a little dash. Like if you look it up, I think it's called the kantikana for rain or something, or the Chinese symbol for rain. But it's just a cool symbol. It just looks like rain. Um, but no, I don't know anything more than that. That's about all I really know on that topic. I would never tell anybody if they ask me, "Hey, you know about Japanese writing?" I'd be like, "No, sir." You can work on a horse farm every day of your life and have 50 years experience, but if you go to work on somebody's horse farm and you ain't never met them and they say, "Do you have any experience with horses?" The best thing you can say is a little bit, but I know how to follow instructions. Because everybody wants it done different. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear you know how to do shit. You finna mess with their horses. They just want to know you know how to follow instructions. I'm a working man, so I learn how to make sure sometimes when I get down and out that I can secure a job. And I don't care if it is hard labor, man. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna work every day anyway. I don't care if I even get paid. I'm gonna be somewhere doing something. Sometimes you get paid, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it ain't shit. Sometimes you're insulted, and sometimes you're just, as my grandma would say, just blessed. Yeah, I'm middle aged. That's what I am, and I need money. All of it. I want it right now, and I ain't negotiating. Don't buy me no hamburger. Don't do me no favors. Don't give me no put no gas in my car. Don't give me no bonus on Christmas. Pay me right now. That's the way I feel about it. Because I'm middle aged, man. I've been working my whole life, day and night, running restaurants at night, working during the day, running my own business. And you just end up with nothing. I mean, how you end up with nothing and you spent the whole half of your life working? And I just can't figure it out. Like, people, you can't do without less than me. I'm a minimalist. Like, I've actually done without clothing and food and shelter and just slept in the desert and got up and go to work. And still, it just takes all of it just to work, man. I don't know what to do, you know? And right now, all I can really think about is, I can't make cool YouTube videos, but the ones that I do make, I can be real with the people who check in. And maybe they'll want to continue to check in and we can check on each other. And I can just build a really strong platform that way. And maybe when I'm older and I'm retired and I can't get up and physically do something, at least I'll have my YouTube platform, right? I like to write, I like to read, and I'm hoping that maybe I can be make $300 or $400 a month as a writer. But right now, I'm living here in the desert because I have been all over North America's continental 48 states, and I've never been anywhere where I could just pull over and let my dog run across 200,000 acres. And my buddy that I stay with, he's been back and forth across America like 9 times. And he said he's never been in a state where you could just pull over and just let the dog out and let the dog run across 200,000 acres. I mean, that's the city of Albuquerque out there, in case y'all don't understand. That's the whole city of 800,000 people probably, or more, And between us and them is a lot of desert, you know. I mean, that just goes on and on. It's the Sandia Mountains. Chelsea! What? Thank you for coming in, Chelsea. We're just out here hanging out, looking at the moon. And I wish y'all could see these, these stars out here. I mean, you can kind of see a couple of them, maybe, but you're not going to be able to see like the Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a state I think I've only been through and over. I haven't actually gotten out and hung out there in Pennsylvania. But I always think of Pennsylvania as being like a big place, a place where there was like a lot of like early history from the founding fathers back in, I guess you have to say founding fathers and mothers, right? Because there were a lot of women that had, the women back in those days had to do their fair share. Not that they don't now, but it just was the system would have collapsed if it wasn't. So as I'm in the desert in Arizona. I was on my way to Arizona. I was gonna go out and just drive across the desert until I hit a cactus. And that's where I was gonna set up camp and read Louis L'Amour and try to figure out where the Stairway to Heaven is with this app that I have. I am a very simple man at my age. I'm not old. I'm just old enough to look back like if you were in college and you do like a midterm or a halftime report, It's like the game is halfway over and what have you done? Well, I've worked and worked and worked day and night, day and night. I never complained. I never turned down work and I always enjoyed what I did. What did you get out of it? Well, nothing. So it's like I'm just scared right now because I'm in this situation to where I know I need to do something different, and working all day and all night isn't the way to do it. If I have to be there with my feet on the ground in that place for money to be made, it's not gonna be enough is what it comes down to. I don't care if gas is $10 a gallon or 50 cents a gallon. It doesn't make a difference, you know. I know, but the thing is, like, I'm single, no kids, no family. I left everybody, man. I just came straight out to the desert, man, all the way across. I'm from Mississippi, so I crossed over to Mississippi. I got no contacts or nothing. And I'm just trying to figure some shit out right now. And outside of making sure that my dog gets to get up every day and run across, well, my dog gets up at 6 o'clock, and I open my door, and we sleep with the bedroom door. We sleep with the doors open on the house. And he just takes off outside, and he might not come back till 11 o'clock every single morning. And I just don't know how to tell you. Listening to him sit out here howling like a pack of coyotes just makes me so happy. And right now in my life, and whether it's 2 more years or 10 more years, as long as I've got this dog, I'm just going to hang out here in the desert and make sure he's happy. Because you know what? I hate to just run on and on and on about things, but this is why I started my YouTube channel again. Because I don't have anybody to talk to. And one of the things I realized in life, when you live like I have been by yourself out in the desert and you go into public, you would not believe, once you've escaped it and you've gone back into it, how absolutely hateful we are to each other. And I can't believe the attitude that we have, that the way that we talk to people in customer service. When I'm walking through Walmart and I hear people talking to people in customer service, I just can't believe how quickly we are to be rude and mean and absolutely hateful to strangers. And I just can't, I have PTSD, man. I'll fucking snap too, and so I just have to think about my dog, So I'm out here in the desert, you know, I mean, like 200,000 acres or more, or wherever the hell it goes. And man, my dog will be out here till midnight. And then he'll come in there and get under the cover. And, you know, I used to take him. Listen, I'm going to tell you something that's real. I spent 6 years, I spent $40,000 taking him to the vet, getting his anal glands expressed, trying to get him on the right food, the right diet, surgeries, x-rays, what are them things called? Not a sonogram probably, but it's like a sonogram. Uh, it was just black. I couldn't see nothing. And then I bring him out here, and that was stuff I had to do every day, every month, multiple trips, just to make sure, because I have anxiety. If he had diarrhea, I took him to the vet. I move out here to the desert, and I haven't had a leash. I've had that dog since he was born. He's 7 years old, and he's been on a leash every day of his life. Granted, we've gone to the sand dunes in Colorado. We've gone to 7 waterfalls. We've gone looking at dinosaur bones and dinosaur fossils. We've gone in caves. We've gone all over Appalachian Mountains, Rocky Mountains, Smoky Mountains, and now we're here in the Sandia Mountains. I have taken him everywhere, but he's been on a leash. I bring him out here to the desert 2 months ago and let him off the leash, and I haven't put him back on since, unless we're in Walmart. And he hasn't had any problems at all with his ears, with his anal glands, with his stomach, with his diet. It's just been like, it's amazing. And I get to see it and witness it. And I didn't anticipate it. You know, it's not like I wear a tinfoil hat. I don't mind taking my dog to the vet. I don't give a shit. But it's just weird when you get him out of that stuff out there. I get him out of that and bring him out here to this. And he's just so happy. And I tell you what, I know people love their kids, man, but this dog is my reason for living. And right now, as long as I got him, this is where we're going to stay. And I'm going to make sure that he gets to get up and run outside and just take off if he wants to. You know, and I think that's just the risk, right, Mac? I mean, I don't know how Chelsea feels about that, but, you know, if he gets bit by a rattlesnake and he dies out here in the heat in the desert, you know, like, hey, that's just, I think, worth every day that he gets to spend being a free dog, you know? Because even as a human being, my search for freedom doesn't end here in the desert. There's still helicopters that come over and go, you know, every Sunday. And there's still people on dirt bikes, you know. I mean, I don't know where I would have to go to be completely secluded away from all of that. Maybe Alaska or somewhere in Canada. But right now, you know, my dog is happy, and that's all that matters. What do you do for a living? Voila. I like that. Yeah, you can't really see. It just goes on and on and on. Where do you work at, Mac? Oh, Quaker women in 18th century Pennsylvania enjoyed unusual spiritual and social equality. Yeah, you might want a lot of people going on strike back in them days, but you didn't want women going on strike. No, sir. I bet Arizona is so beautiful. I bet Arizona is just so beautiful. If you ever get a chance to go somewhere to high altitude, I suggest that you do it. I think this is about 6,200 feet right here above sea level. Sure is nice and quiet out here, though. I hope it's nice and quiet and beautiful where you are, in your little neck of the woods. Everybody needs their own little neck of the woods. Everybody needs their own little place that they feel, well, it's like a charging station for a battery. I mean, you need somewhere to charge your batteries, right? You need somewhere you can hear yourself think.